Today I'm at the machine shop and we're reassembling the convertible top bracket, one of the brackets that goes in there. And not to be confused with this other bracket, which actually mounts to the top. This is kind of what it looks like beforehand. Mine, you can tell, is very beat up, very old. But this little bracket in my 1964 Lincoln was painted about 5 times and just looked horrible. So we took it apart and we sandblasted it and then also had this powder coated. Now, the problem is you've got these little bolts that are, or pins that you have to make custom to put in there, and then they're swedged on. So if you're not familiar with swedging, basically it's hammered on. So what we did, we took and made some of these out of raw steel, took some of the steel blue marking deal, and then I scribed where we need to cut those off, and then we're gonna swedge them on. Only way to get these things made brand new or like new is to do it. It's a very tedious process. Fortunately, I had Casey here at the body shop that's gonna help me do all this, but making this little bit right here was very, very time consuming, not for the faint of heart. So we'll show you how we cut these off and also how to swedge them on. Casey may be doing this for some people as far as creating a parts list, and if you want to send him your bracket, he could have it probably done. I'm going to talk to him, try to convince him to be able to do this for some of you, because I know this is a really difficult part. A lot of people said you can't redo this. These are the bolts. I've taken them with some of this blue dye, painted the ends of them, and getting it to where you can see that I'll be able to mark it all the way around. I'm gonna put them into the little spot here. You can see there's a little bit of an edge there for this little guy to fit on here. And then eventually I'll zip tie it all together and make it look brand new before we swedge it. But I'm also going to take this little tool here and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark these around, but I'll first space them with a washer to make sure I get them far enough out so that way when we swedge them, they're swedged on there perfectly. Now I've got them completely test fit and zip tied together. I don't have them swedged, but you can see all the pieces are together now. And next piece will be to take these little ends right there and swedge it on. Here at the machine shop, we just made this nice little swedging tool, rounded this end off so that it'll fit in this good little stamper dude right here. And I'll show you how we're gonna swedge everything together and get that end to imprint on all of those bolts that we made. We've got the bolts in place. We've cut it down to the right size. Next, the swedging machine. Dun dun dun! After about 3 hours and a lot of swedging, you can see how beautiful that swedge looks.
Everything still articulates.
Everything looks good. It's all back together. I didn't know, honestly, if we would get this thing back looking as good as it really does. But then Casey came to the rescue and we were able to get it all perfect. So we got one more to do, but I think we got it down. What do you think?
It's a good start. I think we got it.
All right.